What's going on, guys? Welcome back. I owe you guys a video. It's been about 2 weeks since I've posted a video, and it's because of this girl right here. This old car right here is the 73 Pontiac Ventura. My first car, and I've been gathering resources for the past 2 weeks for this car. I am doing an LS swap on her. Right now, she's got a Pontiac 400 engine with 343,000 miles on her. She's wore out. It's got a turbo 400 transmission, which I'm going to keep with the LS swap, but that's why it's been about 2 weeks. I've been gathering resources, and I've got enough resources now to go ahead and start this. So first things on the agenda is I'm going to go throw a tire in the bed of my truck and head out to the scrapyard where hopefully they'll have my engine. I'm going to go with the 6.0 LS. So let's get to it. Alright guys, so as you can tell, I have got the new engine for the old Pontiac. It's a Chevy 6.0. Here it is, just picked it up. I now just got to get it tarped, strapped up so it doesn't walk around in the truck, and take it back to the shop. Got the 6.0 loaded up in the back, head to the shop. As you can see, we actually have the 6.0 sitting in the shop now. And first thing I did as soon as I got into the shop was I put it on my engine stand, just bolted it up, and now I can flip it over because I'm going to need to flip it over quite a few times. But first thing I'm going to start with on this swap, if I can turn my light off. Sorry. The first thing I'm going to do on this swap, first thing I'm going to start with is I took my wire harness down here, starts here. I laid it over the engine about where it should be. And now I'm going to go through with my tape and my marker, and I'm going to label all of the plugs as far as what the plugs are. So I'm going to go through and label everything just so I know where everything lays, and I can adjust the harness if I want to or need to. And there's a couple plugs I'm not entirely sure what they are, so I'm probably going to have to refer back to like Google or some pictures I have. But there's a couple of them that I'm not entirely sure of, and I'm going to go ahead and mark them up now. And that's where I'm going to start with this. So I'm going to go ahead and get them all marked up, and I'll show you what I mean and how it looks whenever it's done. Okay, so I've got everything labeled now. I've got everything marked up on what it is. Alternator, throttle position sensor, IAC, evap purge, which I don't need that. I got a plate for that, but that's at a different point. Got all my injectors, injector 2, injector 4, injector 6. I got driver side coils, and I go through knock sensor plug, and I labeled everything that I had. There's a couple that I still have some questions on though. Like for instance, where is it? Right down here. So I got this plug. Okay, show you. So this plug right here, I have question marks on. I'm not sure where it went. I pulled this harness off of a different vehicle, and it was off of 5.3, and I don't know if it's got a plug for this, but I know that it was up in here. I'm not sure what it would have gone to. Maybe I just have it in the wrong place. I'm going to have to figure that out. I know this is a ground on the driver's side. So there's a couple plugs that I'm not 100% on. But I've got all the rest of them labeled. So, like back here, I've got, these go back here. I've got oil pressure sensor, cam position sensor, and a ground on the back of block. Another ground on the back of block. I'll probably just tie these two together. I believe that they went, where'd they go? I believe they were both connected right here to this bolt. This is the wiring that I snipped. This went down to the transmission. I don't need that. So I've got some wiring ahead of me, but I've got everything labeled. There's a couple more down here that I'm not really positive on. Where'd they go? So I can find them real quick. Where'd they go? Oh, right there. Okay, these two. So I'm thinking maybe AC compressor. I don't know if it had two on the back or not. I don't remember when I pulled it off, but there's two plugs over here and there's nowhere for them to go. At least not that I can see. So now I'm going to end up taking this harness off and modifying it to fit my needs. This is going into that old, the old Pontiac, and it's an old system that it's got right now. So it doesn't have any electronics. So all of this is new. And there's a lot of stuff I'm not going to need. And there's a lot of stuff that I'm going to be deleting off this. So I'm probably going to make my girlfriend mad. I'm going to test her out. I'm going to take this harness home and probably work on it on the kitchen table. I mean, this shop is freezing right now. We do got a heater over there. It's not on, obviously, but it's freezing in the shop. So I'm going to take it home and see if I can get in some trouble by tearing this harness apart on our kitchen table. Okay, so I've got my engine kind of situated, pushed off to the side. I'm going to go home. I'm going to take my harness down there and go home and work on it. So I've ran into a couple issues already. Well, I guess one issue, and that is that my injector plugs, this is the plug it should be down here, and I've got a harness off a different engine, so they're the wrong plugs. Not a big deal. I can either go out to the junkyard and see if I can find this style of plug and snip them all off and put them on my harness, or I can just order some new injector plugs. It's not a big deal. But here's the thing. I'll show you real quick. This is the 6.0 liter block. So this is a 6.0. And in my area, 6.0s are kind of hard to get. I mean, they're kind of sparse around here. So going out and finding parts for this, yeah, it's getting sparse. So a lot of my parts are going to come from online. But for now, I think this is as far as I'm going to get tonight. I'm going to take the harness home, work on that, and call it tonight done. Alright guys, so as you can see, I have the harness on the kitchen table. And it actually turns out that I have the world's best girlfriend. She doesn't really care that I'm doing this right here in the kitchen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and piddle with this a little bit, see if I can get this harness broke down, and see if I can get it set up the way that I want. So I think it's going to conclude this video. I'm going to do a walkthrough about how to wire this and how I'm going to do it. But for the night, I think I'm just gonna call it done. This is a huge mess of wires to go through. So stay tuned for the next video. Next one's gonna be wiring. As always, if you like the video, you want to follow along with this LS swap, then go ahead and leave a like, a thumbs up, subscribe. Catch you guys in the next video.